Hey there! If you're someone who leaves things till the last minute and whenever you get asked to deliver a speech or put a meeting together or a workshop, you wait till the last moment before you start preparing for things, this video is for you. In this video, we're going to look at a 3-step process of how to plan a speech in less than 10 minutes. Enjoy. Now there are 3 T's which will help you get the teeth of your planning done, and once these are done, the rest becomes really simple. So what is the first T? The first T is for theme. And in order for us to speak with more authority and be authentic with our message, we need to talk about our expertise or something we're passionate about. You already know what these are, but just to give you an idea, I'm going to write down my passion and expertise just so you can follow along with this. I'm really passionate about these subjects, but if I was to decide something that I'm going to talk about, I have to look at 2 things, my audience and my message. Now I'm really passionate about these 3 subjects, and my expertise is in these 3 subjects. Since I'm building a business about public speaking and the audience is Toastmaster next week, it's safe for me to say that I will be speaking about public speaking. Now I can build upon that subject even further. And using a mind map, I can explore the different possibilities within this area. So I could talk about the importance of memory, I could talk about confidence, I could talk about storytelling, and I can talk about connecting with the audience. So now we have to rate these in order of importance to least important. Now, you might say, oh, I'm passionate about confidence, but your audience might need more help with memory. So one way we can do is we can rate these here. If you don't like mind maps, you might have a list format. And once you have your list down, you can now rate them depending on what you're most passionate about, but also what your audience wants to listen to. So I might be passionate about memory. I would go something like this. Based on my recent experience within the club, I happen to know that memory is something that a lot of the audience members have an issue with. Just trusting your memory on stage enough that you don't have to hold a piece of paper in your hand. So I will pick memory. Now at this stage, I have my first T down. So I already know the theme of my speech is going to be memory. Now let's talk about type. The main question to ask is, how do you want your audience to know, feel, or do as a result of listening to your speech? Depending on what you choose defines the type of speech you're going to deliver. So I might say, when my audience is finished listening to me, I want them to know about these 3 things. I might say, oh, my audience, after they finish, I want them to feel good, I want them to laugh, or something along those lines, or to do, I want them to act on something, to change the world, and depending on what I say, I'm either talking about informing an audience, entertaining them, or persuading them. Now, when it comes to this particular speech, I already know the audience. It's a not-for-profit organization, Toastmaster, so I don't necessarily want them I don't necessarily want to entertain them with stories and anecdotes, and I'm not selling anything. So for my speech, I just want to inform them. And if I'm informing, the main thing I'm focusing on is audience retention. Or in another word, after I'm finished speaking, I want my audience to remember 3 things about memory that they can take forward with them and apply in their next speech. If I was to entertain them, I would just want them to enjoy the process. And if I was to persuade them, I might sell them something or ask them to sign up for something. So now that we have our theme, which is memory, I now want to talk about memory, and the type, which is I want to inform them something so they have information to do something. The last thing, which is the easiest one, is to come up with a title of the speech. Now, although the title isn't the most important thing in a speech, what this allows you to do is it allows you to commit to something and go forward with that. Without this title, you may start working on your speech and just change it midway through. So I find it really important to have a title down on the page so I can see the finished product and then I can work my way into the title. There are 3 things to look out for when choosing a title. You might focus on clarity, so it's very clear that your audience knows what you're talking about. You might choose to go for a hook, suspense and surprise. And you might just raise their curiosity so they want to find out more about your speech. For my speech, I just want something tangible. Something that the audience can definitely count on their finger and say, you know what, I can follow along with this. So for this particular speech, I will choose something like 3 ways to memorize your content. Because that is something that's tangible, they can follow along as I'm speaking, and they'll know where they're at. And this allows me to fill this final box with 3 ways to memorize your speech. If you don't take away anything from this video, just remember the 3T formula. Decide on a theme that you're going to talk about so you don't deviate from that. And then once you've done that, pick a type of speech you're going to deliver. Whether you're going to inform them, educate your audience, persuade them. I mean, inform and educate is the same thing, but whether you're going to educate them, entertain them, or persuade them, because that changes how you're going to deliver the presentation. And finally, have a title ready. It does nothing more than allows you to commit to an idea so you can move forward rather than keep taking a step back. If you like receiving good things before anyone else, make sure you head to the website listed down below in the description and sign up to the newsletter on the home page. And if you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you hit the subscribe button and hit the bell icon so you get notified whenever there's a new video out there. Thanks for watching.